What's up, guys? It's Dynamic with Boss Gaming Network. Today bringing you a video for Lords of the Fallen. This is a walkthrough for the second Warden. If you like, send me a message and subscribe. And always remember, boss up. Okay, Lords of the Fallen. Today we are going against the second Warden. I already did a video for the first Warden, so if you have any trouble with that boss, just refer back to my first video for Lords of the Fallen. Okay, so this is the second Warden, and he's a little more different than the first Warden that you would go up against. He carries a really big shield, and that shield is called the Commander Shield. You will actually have access to that shield as soon as you defeat this Warden or this boss. You will be able to take that shield as a prize and use it for your actual character. My character itself, even after I beat this Warden, I actually still use the Commander Shield. It's a lot heavier than the other shields you may possess, but it is very good at defense. It will boost your defense by a good 10 points over what you already have, so it's a very good shield. Now, if you notice here, this Warden, he likes to throw a lot of wind blast or blade swipes from his sword. Whenever that happens, just roll. If you roll and duck that, you will consistently be avoiding his attacks. He will try and get up close to you, and you can fight him up close as long as you're dodging and avoiding. But I will definitely recommend just keeping your distance away from him in the beginning if you've never played against him before. Always try and keep your distance. If you had a few times playing him and you know how his movements work, then of course get up close and try and get damage in. And you'll see later in this video, I will definitely get up close because I figure out how he plays, and you'll see me get up close and actually avoid his attacks and get close-up damage. But every now and again, he will summon two soldiers to come fight you. That one right there is the Knight, and the Knight is pretty high in attack power, so you want to watch out for his attacks. Or try and get rid of him as soon as possible, you know, and that's why I'm fighting him first. And the other guy is the Marauder. He's a lot faster. He's more of a quick attack specialist. He does a lot of dodging himself, and he's hard to hit, but if you just stay on him and use a lot of blocking with this guy, because he will sneak in some attacks and try and take your health down, you can get rid of him. Now mind you, I am playing with a priest. This priest is a level 42. And he has a pretty good attack and defense setting already for me going through the game with him. I've been grinding with this guy here for a while now. He's using pretty much everything that's a medium setting. What I mean by medium, I mean it's not heavy, it's not light. Everything about this game is about your weight, how much everything weighs. So if you go into a battle and you have all the heaviest armor and all the heaviest weapons, you're probably going to lose. Mainly because of the fact that you can't dodge, and when those attacks come in, you're going to take the full blow of those attacks. You probably can block really good, but what's the point if you can't attack? I mean, it's just a matter of time before the enemy kills you. All the weapons and armor that I use are medium setting, so they're not too heavy, they're not too light, they're just right. So if you're wondering what kind of armor I'm using, or shield I'm using, helmet, armor, leg armor, body armor, whatever the case, I'm using medium. Every now and again I might use one item that's heavy, but other than that, everything is set for medium. I only put on or equip my character with medium armor and weapons. If you're curious about the weapon I'm using, it's called the Butcher Axe, and it has blades and spikes coming out the back and front side of it, so it's a pretty good weapon. It's not too slow. It's somewhat fast. I have been getting a lot of kills with it. I take pretty good damage, I think. As you can see there, I have his health below 50%, and I haven't used any items at all. One thing that will assist you in the battle against this Warden will be your magic gauntlet. You see the big gauntlet he has on his left arm? It has three modes. There's a mode that does like an explosive attack, and there's one that actually shoots like random magic spells. Like, well, not random, but they shoot magic blasts in kind of like just wide range areas. And then there's the one I have set, and that is the magic projectiles gauntlet setting. So I have it set for the magic gauntlet projectile setting, and it's usually like the middle out of all 3 settings for the gauntlet. Anyway, this blast shoots. It locks onto its target. It shoots one single blast, and it takes a pretty fair amount of damage. So if you don't want to get close to your enemy, you can always shoot him with your gauntlet projectile attack, which I think is one of the best things to have, especially when you're going up against multiple opponents and you don't want to get close because you don't want them guys just kind of surrounding you and getting too many hits in. You want to shoot your magic gauntlet, and you can already weaken a good amount of them before you even get into close range combat with this existing enemies that you're fighting. So right now I'm fighting a knight, and he's giving me a little bit of trouble. Usually I take these guys out faster than this, but he's down. Okay. Okay, so what I just did right there, I called on my spectral clone ghost, and there's 2 versions of it that I have set. There, one is prayer, and prayer pretty much, like I showed you in the first Lords of the Fallen video, it distracts the warden, the first warden, so I can get my hits in. Well, there's another thing that the spectral clone ghost can do as well, and that's called shelter. Now, shelter is a move where I will summon a spectral clone ghost, and I will basically take in its power, and I get healed. My attack power increases because if anyone is near me, they will take damage alongside with my attacks that I'm doing as well. And overall, it's just badass. I mean, you just can't. The shelter ability for the priest is one of the best abilities because you're pretty much invincible as long as the person you're fighting, or the demon or whatever you're fighting at the time, isn't too powerful in attack power. If it's just like, like one of these guys here, even a warden, I could probably throw in my shelter ability, take out this marauder and his knight right here, and I could fight them easily. The thing is, I try and save my times using shelter, because when you do that, it drains your magic, and the magic takes a little bit of time to build back up. So you're better off doing what I'm doing now, and that's just basically taking on the enemies, shield and sword, just trying to win it out, battle, and it's up to your skill at this point. And that's what the second warden does. In between a little bit of fighting, he will summon the knight and the marauder, and you have to fight these 2 at the same time. And I think in the beginning, when you first start fighting him, he only summons the knight, I believe. You don't have to fight both, but once you start to get his health down, his health starts to drop below a certain level. Like right now, I have him down to about maybe 30% of health. He will actually summon both the marauder and the knight, and you have to fight these 2 at the same time. It can be difficult, but if you have experience with fighting them, if you've already been playing the game, then it should not be an issue for you. Like right now, I'm fighting the warden and the knight. I've killed the marauder, but now I'm still fighting the knight and the warden, so this can get kind of complicated. At this point, you want to use your shelter if possible. If you can't, and take out the knight as soon as possible. You don't really want to take out the warden too fast, because he has a lot of health. You want to take your time wearing him down. So just go ahead, get rid of the side soldiers, his marauders and his knights, as soon as possible first. You can either use shelter, like I was saying before, to become temporarily invincible, or you can use your gauntlet and actually shoot him with a projectile from a distance, and you can kill him that way. But either way, you're draining magic, so I don't know. Maybe take some potions with you before you go in. Make sure your potions are maxed out. By the time you fight this guy, you should have access to at least 3 healing potions. I believe 3 or 4. I think it's 3. But healing potions will help you out big time fighting this boss, and just learning his movements and learning how to dodge, and definitely basically flanking him. Just like the first warden we fought, we basically flanked that warden as much as possible, and we got our attacks in. Also, we used the spectral clone ability called prayer, where we could actually have him go after the clone and not actually go after us, which would give us a temporary opening to where we can actually get some hits in. So this one, I didn't use prayer at all. Obviously, you see, I just fought this guy head on. I sort of started to learn his movements at this point. And you see me circling him, I'm dodging, I'm rolling, and I'm coming behind him, I'm getting attacks in here and there. you know, and you just got to keep moving because this guy's defense is incredible. The only way you can actually get an attack is if his back is turned, he's in the middle of a move, or you use your projectile. Use your magic gauntlet projectile like that, just like what I did right there, and that will take a pretty good amount of damage from him. You know, and whenever you can, try and get some physical attacks in as well. And just by the way, my magical gauntlet projectile does about 38 damage each hit, so that's it's better than my basic attack. Your basic attack won't be that high, I'm pretty sure. By the time you fight the second warden, your basic attack is going to be somewhere between 10 and 15 attack damage. So, you know, the magic gauntlet is doing double that. Just the whole fact of building your magic up. You know, so okay, so you basically see me circling him. I'm waiting for an opening, and when I get my opening, I will attack. Any moment here, I think I am okay. So he will use his shield to knock you back as well too. If you get close to him, just make sure you don't get too close to him. He will use his shield as a way of attacking you. Okay. All right, not yet. Okay, one more hit and this guy's down, and you'll see here I'm right up in his face. Okay, moving around him, trying to flank him, keeping him busy, and this is probably where I finish it right here, where he drops the actual shield. So that's it. So now there we are. The second warden finished. It was a good battle. I enjoyed it a lot. What I will tell you was that it definitely takes a little bit of charisma, a little bit of understanding how the game plays and how the second warden moves around. You probably won't beat him the first time, but if you do beat him the first time, it'll probably take a little bit of time. You might notice that 30 minutes have passed and you're still fighting this guy. Don't give up hope. You know, as long as you aren't taking too much damage and you're fighting the Marauders and the Nights off equally and getting back to the second warden, each and every little bit of attacks help. You know, they do count, and it might take some time. Like I said, this battle took me a good amount of time. I think this battle took me about almost a half hour, maybe 25 minutes. But it was good experience for me. So the next warden, I can't wait to fight the next warden. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm kind of wondering what type of attacks or weapons or, you know, anything special attacks he's bringing to the table. So here it is. If you need any examples on how to beat the second warden, I have it right here. The first warden, it's also on this channel. Just definitely go through my Lords of the Fallen playlist back on the Boss Gaming Network, and you will see that. So thanks for watching. Definitely watch more videos. Please subscribe. And yeah, so Dynamic Boss signing out.